So many of the programs on any given day, we are pretty much packed to capacity depending on the day of the week or the events that's coming up. So for example, if we look at one of the programs that you were here for, like Road to Success, based on how we try to set everything up and shift things around and make the best use of the space that we have, it's still limited to the point where on that day where you were here for Road to Success, you recall we had to shut the center down to just do that one program. There were other people who wanted to utilize the computers and other different things or other meetings, but since we have a space capacity or a challenge regarding the capacity of space here, we have to like, hey, we're focused on this one program during these hours, so we're going to shut the center down. So that was one program, but even if you think of like our other programs such as Pride of Africa, we had capacity issues regarding that day, right, where we were bordering on the line of perhaps maybe being close to being in violation of a capacity issue. So ideally, we would like to be able to host large programs like that, in addition to being able to still serve the needs of other community organizations such as LULAC, NAACP, and other organizations that come here for meeting purposes. Given the fact that I'm still new here to Dubuque, right, I've been on the job for like just over 3 months at this point, so a lot of the discussion centered on the upstairs renovation kind of predates me, so I wasn't in on a lot of that conversation. I'm briefly familiar with some of it. So to get a very detailed answer, you might want to consult with Marie Ware, Leisure Service Manager, for that. But my understanding was that there was not designed for programming to be held upstairs, more so kind of an office space with the Human Rights Department being housed upstairs in addition to the administration here. But if you look at the open space over there at the Colts building, a lot more open space that will allow for better programming. Consider some of the programming we do far as like our hip hop, our yoga, our Tai Chi, where you have that kind of floor space that you're not so concerned about damage as far as like our front space with the carpet and everything like that. So trying to be conscious of how we use space and make sure that it's still a pleasant place where people can enjoy coming, sitting down in that welcoming space, whether they just want to grab a cup of coffee and read a paper in a front living room space kind of a arrangement.
So if council were to purchase the building next door, you know, what do you think that would provide residents of Dubuque? You know, why would you say that would be kind of a wise investment? What would residents see out of that?
Well, what residents can see is a better usage of the space that we do have and how that can better impact the community as far as being able to host many more events that caters to the different needs of the Dubuque residents. So even though we may have a large program going on, other community organizations or just community members who may be wanting to put together or become an organization, they can still meet while we have other large programs going on. So if there's NAACP, for an example, if they want to host a meeting while we're doing Road to Success, we will have that kind of space to kind of cater to that, versus saying, hey, we're simply closed, right, because we have this kind of program going on. So as it relates to inclusion, right, we want to be inclusive to everybody and try to serve as many needs of the community as possible. So we can do certain programs simultaneously, then we would prefer to do that, so that space can help in serving in that regard.